Last week here on Thursday Night Thunder, it was a showdown between the Mopars as Gas Monkey Garage took on the champion Rammunation in the final round shootout. It was close all the way down to the wire, but Jason Cradock and Gas Monkey claimed his fourth Thursday Night Thunder championship. The question remains here tonight: will Gas Monkey and team be able to hold on to that checkered flag? Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting night of monster truck racing right here on the MTA YouTube channel, and welcome to Thursday Night Thunder as we approach week 3 of the January season. If you're new here, be sure to cross that subscribe button, turn on all notifications, and stay up to date with everything MTA has to offer right here on our YouTube channel. 16 of the best Diecast monster trucks are going to be throwing it down in week 3 of the January season. And these trucks are dialed in like I've never seen before, so we are guaranteed some close racing action all night long in week 3. We're going to see if Jason Cradock, there you see him in the center of the track, holding on to that checkered flag. He's ready to defend it here tonight and try to take it into week 4. Let's go ahead and jump into round 1 competition. Taking a look at our matchup, up first, we're going to see Dragonoid take on Prowler, then followed by Little Miss Dangerous taking on the legendary Wild Hair. Crustacean will take a crack at Carolina Crusher, and to close out the first half of round 1, Black Stallion will take on Taz. Now the champion in Gas Monkey, he draws up against Lucas Oil Crusader here at the end of round 1. Now up first, coming to the line, the Crazy Cat Jason walking Prowler. He's making his last ride here on Thunder in that machine. He's got a brand new ride, which is going to debut in the future. He's got it all dialed in, ready to go there in that far lane. The Crazy Cat, always one to watch out here. However, the veteran here in the near lane, Arent and Dragonoid, ready to go. Always a threat out here on the Thunder circuit. Who goes on to round 2? Prowler now staged up against Dragonoid. Here's the green light kicking off week 3. Dragonoid out of stage. They're pretty much even over the car. It looks like Arent trying to shut it down. Almost tags the wall there. Looks like Arent pulled the trigger through no man's land after a rough start over the Prowler machine. Jason Wolf was making a good pass there. Not sure if it was enough as we look at our photo finish. And it's going to be Dragonoid by inches over the Prowler machine. A great race by both competitors. Dragonoid does move on. However, next up in round 1, Savannah's Elegy. She's been making a huge impact out here on Thunder. That truck is dialed in like I've never seen it before. Their crew has got it running at 100% here tonight. However, Ethan Wagner, we saw at the beginning of the season taking over the Wild Hair machine after his dad has made it such a legendary truck on the circuit. He's having a little bit of rough time with it in his first season. Can he take out Little Miss Dangerous here in round 1? Here's the green light now, and off the line they go. They're dead even down to the first set of cars. Up and over, and it's close all the way down to the wire. Ethan Wagner may have figured out the bugs in the Wild Hair machine. He's got it dialed into his settings, and it looks like Little Miss Dangerous wasn't cutting him any slack. Let's go back down now to another photo finish and take a look and see who got the win. It's going to be Little Miss Dangerous by inches over the Wild Hair Chevrolet. A great matchup nonetheless. Little Miss Dangerous moving on into round 2. Next up in round 1, Louie Jivanese. We saw him debut in Cross Station at the start of the season. He's been running a stellar job out here on Thunder. He takes on the veteran, the outlaw, Joshua Wells, Carolina Crusher, the Chevrolet out of Wadesboro, North Carolina. He's been looking to turn things around this January season on Thunder. Can he do it tonight, or is the rookie going to stump the veteran? Because that Cross Station machine is fast. Both trucks now staged at the line. Who's going to round 2? Green light goes down. Now they're pretty much even up the start. Slight lead to Crusher. Cross Station coming back. They make contact in the shutdown area. What a race. These guys are throwing it down here in the January season. The races are so close, and we have confirmed Cross Station is your winner over Carolina Crusher. What a matchup, but next up in round 1, Joey Andrews returns in the Black Stallion Ford from Hagerstown, Maryland. That brand new truck making its debut at the start of the January season, and so's this brand new truck. Mike Council and Taz over there in that far lane. He's trying to get the truck dialed in here tonight. He's looking to take out the veteran, Joey Andrews and Black Stallion, 2 brand new trucks which debuted at the start of the season. Who's going on to round 2 competition? Here's the green light now, and off the line they go. Black Stallion pulling a strong lead up and over the car. Taz in trouble, turns it over, and Black Stallion got into him in the shutdown area. What a race it was. Mike Council knew he was beat going across no man's land. Look at the replay here. Andrews got him up the line. Down the straight stretch he goes. Watch Taz in the far lane. Nose straight up in the air. Pogo's hard on the rear. Maybe snaps the tie rod in. Goes end over end. We'll have an update later tonight and see how bad that truck got hurt. But nonetheless, Black Stallion is your winner in round one. Next up to action, the brand new 53 Cheetah, Spider-Man, driven by Chase Moyes, coming to the line, taking on another popular truck which made its debut at the start of the season. There you see the Escalade ready to rock and roll in that far lane, made it all the way to the finals in week 1 of the January season. He wants to put that truck back and hopefully get it to the winner's circle. He takes on Spider-Man here in round one. There's the green light now and down the straight stretch they go. They're dead even now up and over the cars. It's close. It's Spider-Man. They had just outran Escalade here in round one competition. And Jeremy Hiles tried to hang with him. It was a close matchup. We're going to go down now to our MTA replay. Take a look at this photo finish, ladies and gentlemen. And by inches, Chase Moyes and Spider-Man takes out the Escalade here in round one competition. A huge upset nonetheless. Next up, Connor Legit, Superman, a former one-time Thursday Night Thunder champion, back at it again to take on the Dodge Ram, who dominated week 1 of the January season. Ladies and gentlemen, Daniel Chichagosh, Rammunation, the Dodge Power Hemi over there in that far lane, taking on the old Ford here in the near lane. One of these drivers moving on to round 2 competition. Will it be the Dodge or will it be the Ford? The drivers are complaining about the launch in that right lane. Here's the green light now down the straight stretch, and Superman's got a lead on him. Rammunation coming back. Oh, look out, Superman turns it over here in round 1. It looks like Connor Legit tried to put the hammer down over the last set of cars. Cheat spins it out in the shutdown area with so much horsepower. Going back down to the MTA replay, Superman got him over the line. There you see in the far lane what we were talking about, drivers saying they're blowing the tires off coming off the straight stretch. Down here on the end of the track, Superman getting out of shape, going across the finish line. Nonetheless, Rammunation gets the win. He pulled it out, and watch Superman right here, folks, gets in trouble, had nowhere to go but upside down. What a crazy matchup it was, but the old Dodge pulled it out in the end. Next up here in round 1 competition, it's the return of the old Chevrolet. Carson Wells behind the wheel, a Devastator. He will draw up against Noah Fuller in the brand new Kraken machine ready to go here. He stays now in the near lane. There you see Devastator in the far lane. Carson Wells, he's been out here many times before. He's looking to claim his first Thunder Championship here tonight, but he's got to go through Kraken. Over here in the far lane, the rookie out to prove himself here tonight in round 1. Both trucks stage. Green light goes down now, and Kraken pulling a lead on the Chevrolet up and over the car. And what a wheel stand! Kraken pulls it out the end over Devastator. What a matchup it was. Carson Wells getting crossed up in the shutdown area. Goes up and over the van stack there. But what a wheel stand by the Kraken machine out of the near lane. As we go back and take another look, Noah Fuller jumped him off the line down the straight stretch. He knows he's got a pretty decent lead. Carson Wells trying to play catch up. Watch the inside lane here. Kraken pogos on the rear end and walks the wheel stand all the way across the cars and puts it down in the shutdown area. That truck's got some horsepower, folks. Kraken in round 2, Devastator on the trailer, but now it's time to defend the checkered flag. Jason Cradock and Gas Monkey hoping to hang on to the flag here tonight in round 1 competition. He will take on a former one-time Thunder champion, Brandon Copeland, who formerly drove Wildfoot. They got a brand new Wildfoot truck being built in the MTA shop. He'll be bringing that back sooner than later. But for now, Lucas Oil Crusaders his ride. He wants to add championship number 2 here tonight. He's got to knock off the current champion. Here's the green light. Ford and Dodge now down the straight track, and Lucas Oil pulled a lead over the car. It was close down to the finish line. I do believe that Brandon Copeland and Lucas Oil have knocked off the champion. Yes, he has. We have confirmed. Jason Cradock on the trailer here tonight, and Brandon Copeland and Lucas Oil will take the flag in round 2. But folks, we're now down in the pits here in the MTA arena, and the crews are down there thrashing on the Taz machine. When he landed that truck and went end over end, he blew the center chunk out of that rear end. So the crew's down there thrashing. They've got the axle housings ripped apart. That crew has got a lot of work to do to bring that truck back to action next week here on Thunder in week 4. But I know they'll get it done. That truck will be back better than ever. But there's an update on the Taz machine as we look at round 2 matchups. Dragonoid will take on Little Miss Dangerous. Then we're going to see Crustacean, the Monster Lobster, take on Black Stallion. Over on the other side of the bracket, Chase Moyes and Spider-Man will take on Cheech and Rammunation. And to close out round 2 competition, Kraken, who we just saw walk a wheel stand across the track, takes on the man who just knocked off the champion in Lucas Oil Crusader. All these trucks are getting ready to go for round 2 competition. Up at the line first is Arent, the veteran of the MTA circuit. He's trying to put Dragonoid in the winner's circle here tonight. He has to knock off this hot new rookie. Savannah's Eulogy, Little Miss Dangerous, ready to go. That beautiful 1941 Willys, always a top contender out here on the MTA circuit. Dragonoid ready to go in the near lane. The drivers are still complaining about that far lane and how it's blowing the tires out. Here's the green light now down the straight stretch, and Dragonoid's got her up the line over the cars now. And Dragonoid, look out! Little Miss Dangerous upside down to the far lane. And you gotta wonder if the tires didn't blow out at the starting line. She was trying to make up the ground and came over that last set of cars with too much speed, and it turned the truck over. Dragonoid is your winner. What a race it was there. Little Miss Dangerous upside down. Next up at the line from Hagerstown, Maryland, Joey Andrews returning in the black staying machine. Ready to take on this hot new rookie, Louie Jivanese, Cross Station, the Monster Lobster. These guys have been talking about that truck down in the pits. He's fast. He wants to get his first Thunder Championship, but so does the veteran in black stain in that far lane. Stage now at the line. Who's going to semis? Green light goes down now at Cross Station now with a lead off the start over the car. And Louie Jimenez trying to shut it down. So's Andrews in the far lane. But Cross Station gets the round 2 win. And as you can see, the drivers are down there talking about that far lane. The drivers can't get enough traction off the start. So we're wondering what's going to happen here as we get closer to closing out round 2. Next up to the line, Rammunation, the Dodge Power Machine, driven by Daniel Chichagash, claimed his first Thunder Championship out here in week 1 of the January season. He now finds himself in the far lane as Chase Moyes and Spider-Man ready to go here in the near lane. These drivers are going to lay it down. 2 hot new rookies on the MTA circuit. Who's going in the semifinals? Green light goes down now and off the line they go. They're pretty much even now over the car. And Spider-Man pulls it out. What a save by Rammunation in the far lane. But Chase Moyes and Spider-Man putting the horsepower down to the track. He picks up the win here in round 2. Rammunation on the trailer. It does help him out in the points, however, as he's trying to stay number 1. As we take another look at the photo finish, it wasn't by much, but Spider-Man is your winner. And now to close out round 2 competition, the man that knocked off the champion here in round 1, Brandon Copeland, returns in Lucas Oil Crusader to take on Noah Fuller, the rookie here in Kraken, who rode the wheel stand across the track there in round 1. He's now in that far lane. The drivers again been talking about can't get enough traction off the line. Brandon Copeland and Lucas Oil wants to put that truck in semifinal competition and possibly take it all the way after knocking out the champion in round 1. Both trucks stayed down. Here's a green light off the line they go. Lucas Oil with a huge lead over the cars now. And Brandon Copeland out of shape brings it back down. And he gets the win over Kraken here in round 1 competition. Lucas Oil moving on in the semifinals, ladies and gentlemen. And now we're getting word they're sending a backhoe up to the start line on that far lane. They're reworking the dirt on that side of the track, hoping to get the trucks a better launch here in semifinal competition. So a lot of controversy going on down in the pits. The driver's not liking that far lane. However, just to change gears here for a minute, I want to remind you guys that at the end of January, 32 of the best trucks come together for the 3rd annual Revenge Championship Showdown at the end of January. Some of the greatest drivers and trucks are going to be there, a show you don't want to miss. But now jumping back to semifinal competition, here tonight on Thunder, Dragonoid finds himself in semis to take on Cross Station. Over on the other side of the bracket, we see Chase Moyes and Spider-Man. He'll get the draw up against Brandon Copeland, Lucas Oil Crusader. He already knocked off the champion and now finds himself in semis. Who's going to take it all the way to the winner's circle? We're going to find out now because 4 trucks remain. Louie Jimenez at Cross Station coming to the line. New kid on the block to take on the veteran, Arent Dragonoid, ready to go here in the near lane. We're going to see how that far lane does now. The track crew has reworked the dirt over there. Who's going on to the final round? Will it be Cross Station in the far lane? Dragonoid in the near lane? We're about to find out. Green light going down now, and Cross Station now gets him off the line. Out of the far lane, Dragonoid can't make up the ground. Cross Station turns it over in the shutdown area. What a huge improvement out of that far lane. But Dragonoid on the trailer and Cross Station upside down. Their crew's going to be working to get that truck back in action for the finals. Up to the line now is Chase Moyes and Spider-Man. He has been wicked fast all night long. He wants to put that brand new truck in the winner's circle, but this kid, Brandon Copeland. Lucas Oil Crusader finds himself in the far lane for the first time tonight. He's got a brand new truck debut this season. 2 new trucks here in semis. One of them's going to the finals. Lucas Oil takes on Spider-Man. Here's the green light now, and down the straight stretch they go. They're pretty much even, slight lead to Lucas Oil, and it looks like Brandon Copeland pulls out the win again out of that far lane. So the track crew now, looking back, they've done a great job, but what's it done for the drivers in the left lane? A lot of controversy down there in those pits and a lot of drama, but nonetheless, the finals are set. Crustacean's back in action, a little bit of body damage. He is now set to take on the Lucas Oil Crusader. There you see him in the far lane, Brandon Copeland, who just knocked off Spider-Man. Crustacean here in the near lane. He took out Dragonoid to be here. Who's going into Week 3's winner's circle? Lucas Oil Crusader, Crustacean. Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime on Thunder now down the straight stretch. Lucas Oil with a slight lead. Crustacean trying to come back. He may have not had enough, and Lucas Oil is your winner here in the finals in Week 3 of the January season. Not for the lack of trying, Louie Jimenez was giving it all he had here in the near lane, and you got to wonder if the rollover in semis didn't have something to do with that truck's performance. Watch down the straight stretch. At the replay, Copeland got him off the line and stayed with it through and through, all the way across the finish line. He didn't beat Crustacean by much, but it was enough to get his second Thursday Night Thunder championship. So Brandon Copeland in the winner's circle here tonight over Crustacean. What a great night of racing. A lot of controversy on the track with the lane conditions, but nonetheless, congratulations to Brandon Copeland on your second Thursday Night Thunder championship. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as we take a look at the overall points chase as we go into Week 3 of the January season, Kraken, Devastator, Wild Hair, and Prowler hold down the lower half of the bracket. Them boys better tighten up to get into the points chase here in Week 4 of the January season next week. Looking at the top half of the bracket for the third week in a row, Daniel Chichagash and Rammunation with the overall points lead at 145 points. However, tonight's winner, Brandon Copeland, Lucas Oil Crusader, takes second place with 130 points. Rounding out your top 3 is last week's champion, Jason Cradock and Gas Monkey, with 125 points. So the points chase is on to close out the January season next week. We got a lot more great racing to come. This season has probably been the closest racing we've ever seen on the MTA circuit. Thank y'all so much for coming out and watching us. Be sure to check us out next week to close out the January season. As always, crush that subscribe button, and we'll catch you down the road. See you next week.
Standing tall up in victory lane, I done brought the pain and now they screaming my name. Yeah, everybody saw me rock the place. Now there's flashbulbs are popping and mics in my face. Always giving the crowd what they need. Now they're wearing my shirts front row to nosebleed. Now the crowd forms is what it's all about. Signing autographs until the lights out. Yeah, it's about